Hello and welcome guys to the stream. Sorry for that, I had a wee bit of an issue with my PC there, so just had to restart the stream. I was going to do some practice laps, but unfortunately we're not going to have any time for that with my PC crashing. But oh well, doesn't matter. So what we're going to do, oh, my light's not on there. What we're going to do is do some LFM today. So, as most of you will know, I don't usually stream this time of day, but the roads around my house are flooded, so I have no work today. So we will be streaming for a few hours. So yeah, we're just waiting for the first server to open. Like I say, I was hoping to get a few minutes practice, but with my file explorer crashing as usual, I had to restart my PC. So sorry about the stream restarting there. How is everyone in the chat doing today? Hope no one's affected by any of the floods or that recently. And we've got 2 minutes until we can join the first server, guys. So we're going to be doing some practice with the Aston Martin. So we've got our ELO up to 2300, so hopefully we can get a good race, because I didn't practice. But our safety rating is really good at the moment, 6.69, so almost 6.7. So if we keep getting our safety rating up, that's good. And then just need to get that ELO up. So hopefully we can have a good clean race. So let's see, we've got a minute and 20. What split will we be in? We'll be in split 1. Yep, sim racing. That's an interesting sim racing team. Yep. And just having a look at some of the names. Porsche Spinella team. And they're driving a Bentley. They're not even driving the car that their name is. We have a low fuel motorsport team driver with fairly low ELO but very high safety rating. He's got like 8.3 safety rating, but only 2200 ELO. The low fuel motorsport guys usually have a bit higher. Is it a stream for this round actually? It says that there is a multi Twitch .tv. What does that mean? Oh, it's just taking me to Surfwatch stream. Um, 8 seconds. So split 1 session 74695. So 74695. That's the wrong one. Is that it? 74695. I believe it is. 74695 split 1. There we go. Load up the quali setup. Like I say, no practice with the Aston here, so we'll see how we get on. And 25-minute races, same as usual. I think there's some Misano races on today as well, but we'll probably stick to Silverstone. I might jump into a Misano race, but I wouldn't have any practice, so we'll wait and see. Knowing my luck, the setup wouldn't load, which would just be a pain. But the ELO multiplier is 1.7 and we're trying to get ELO, so it might be worth jumping into a Misano one if that allows. The GT4 series is at Hungary with the ELO multiplier 1. The M2 Cup, oh, they're both in like 2 hours away. We've got the ACC Drive Endurance with an ELO multiplier of 3.5. Wow. What one is that? That's the on Sunday endurance race at Misano. I might actually have a look and see if that's possible to do that. We've also got a Mount Panorama race on Thursday next week, and got Misano race. Oh, there's quali. So we've got the 19th highest license. So let's see what we can do. A lot of people with the Aston with this ELO. What we've got, minus 30 kilogram of ballast, and or BOP, and the Bentley has minus 40. I used to drive the Bentley on Xbox, actually. This is setup feels interesting. The last car I drove here, I think, was the Lamborghini and the McLaren. I think the last actual race we did was with the Lamborghini, but for LFM I think we did the McLaren, I think, last time. Silverstone is quite a good track though. The only thing with LFM qualifying is that everyone just wastes so much time on the outlap. Instead of just driving to the final sector and then trying to create a gap there, a lot of people go really slow on the outlap for some reason. Well, just on the outlap, this setup is feeling quite nice. So we'll see what kind of lap times we can get. See, this is where you want to start queuing. This makes sense to start going slow and creating a gap, but some people try and create a lap as you exit the pit lane, which is just pointless. Now, because we've got such bad like flooding around us, the stream might not be the best quality with the broadband speed isn't fantastic at the moment, but just the weather's super bad. Hi Riddle Time, how's it going? Okay, it feels very different to the McLaren. So many Astons in this lobby. It used to be all McLarens, but with this BOP it's all Aston. All good, enjoying the weekend. Good to hear. Been up to much, Riddle Time? Oh, too late on the brakes. Working on setups again. No, today we're just using some of the Hymo setups to practice with the Aston Martin, because we're going to use the Aston Martin for the Apex Online Racing League, so just trying to use the LFM to get some practice with it. I was supposed to be working today, but there's really bad flooding around me, so I can't get to work, so get the day off. Like, there's a river maybe about 5 minutes from my house, maybe 10, and the water level rose by 5 meters, so I get the day off work. But yeah, just trying to get a feel for the Aston at Silverstone here. You been up to much recently? Finally getting a direct drive today. Awesome! When does that arrive? Does that arrive today, or are you ordering it today? Who is this Ferrari? Oh, it's at the post office. Oh, awesome. What direct drive did you get? And did you get wheels? What wheel did you get with it? Oh, pain. Pain, 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 pain. Why go so slow on the exit after overtaking me? Like, just brake check me. I'm trying to learn the new car, I've got no practice. Moza R9 with the GS wheel and SRP. Oh, awesome. Well, if you need any settings when you get it, wheel settings, there's a video on our YouTube channel where I show all my wheel settings. So if you want some wheel settings just to try straight out of the box, definitely try them. But yeah, that sounds awesome. Let us know how you get on with that once you set it all up. Do you have a rig to mount everything to already? Or are you mounting it to a desk? Oh, it does not like that curb at all. Into turn 1. Nothing wrong with a homemade wood rig. They're sometimes the best rigs, to be honest, homemade ones. Nothing wrong with that at all. What seat are you using? Did you get like a seat from an old car? Because to be honest, some of the old car seats, like if you go to a scrapyard and get one that's in good condition, they're some of the most comfortable seats you can get. Oh, that's good. Yeah, Saabs are usually quite comfortable cars. Do you have it? Did you get the seat slider with it when you got it out of the car? Because that's quite handy. Saves you having to manually adjust it too much. If you can put the seat slider in as well. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the old car seats from like a scrapyard, as long as the car hasn't leaked or anything and the seat is fine, you can get such a good deal just getting an old seat, and they're usually really comfortable as well. Because like if a car's been crashed and taken to a scrapyard, sometimes the seats are absolutely fine to use for like homemade rig. Need to when you get it all set up, send a message on the Discord. I'm eager to see this. I need to learn the braking with this car. I'm kind of struggling with the brakes. It's like just trying to get a feel for the braking. Yep, the only issue with my rig is the pedal mounting. A bit hard to adjust. Can you get just like a pedal plate to mount them on? You know, like some rigs have like a pedal plate. Like Field, they have their own pedal plate. Could you get something like that for the Moza pedals? That you could then adjust easier? I want a BMW seat eventually. You know, one of the things to try if you want a BMW seat is so you know, like Facebook Marketplace, you often get people that are breaking cars for parts. If you just message someone on there that's breaking in BMW and just ask how much for one seat, you'll probably get quite a cheap deal for one. I can look into it. Yeah, if you might be able to find, excuse me, just like a pedal plate, or even how to make one on yourself that you can adjust without having to drill extra holes. Oh, ha ha ha! I really need to watch that curb in the race. Oh, it's the end of quali. I've only got 60 seconds left. Oh well, we'll qualify last, but I didn't expect much with not practicing. With a new car here, so this will be interesting. The car feels good. I just need to learn to drive it. Do you need to push the braking a bit, because I seem to be struggling with the brakes a little bit. So I think I've got an LFM Hymo set up. 42 litres. I'm gonna go 50 because I don't know how much we need. 42 is probably enough, but I want to be safe. Not sure what tyre pressures those are going to be like, so let me think. Let me adjust them by like 3 clicks. And at the end of the race, I will adjust the pressures and save the setup with the correct fuel. But yeah, I did not expect much in quali at all. But if we finish top up, even if we get to like top 15, that should be quite good. Lorenzo getting pole with like seconds to spare. I was just about to say I was surprised he was quite far down, because I'm sure he got quite high qualifying in the last one. So yeah, let's see how we get on. Okay, so tire pressures, we're just gonna have to guess. Electronics, fine. Excuse me. I need to check the fuel at the end of the race. It had 42 litres on the setup, but we'll go with 50 and see how we get on. Lorenzo, how's it going? Nice quality lap. This is the first time I've driven the Aston at Silverstone, and I didn't practice. Hence why we're quite far off. But nice pole lap. Hope the race goes well. How's things been with you, Lorenzo? So we've got a minute 30 left. How many litres? Well, the setup had 42 litres, but I put 50 because I wasn't sure how many I'd need. But I have an LFM setup and it had 42. Bottle 2/10 RIP. You still got pole though. All good, yeah. Yeah, all good. There's been some flooding around where I live, so I'm off work because I wouldn't be able to get to work. So just doing a bit of racing. Alright, 30 seconds we can ready up.
30 seconds.
Now. There we go. Right. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully we can make up some positions and learn the car really quickly. See Zaza in the Ferrari P19. I recognise that name.
Stay double file.
And I don't know why. Sure, I've raced him before.
Stay clear of the curves.
Alright, outside of turn 1, inside of turn 2, so we'll see how this goes.
Green light, go, go, go.
Bad start.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Outside of turn 1, definitely.
Car on the right.
Best place to be, I think, for the start.
Clear on the right.
Surprisingly clean first two corners. No, I take that back. Someone just went miles wide. Oh, McLaren.
Car on the left.
That was clever. He used the BMW to block me.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, that was silly BMW. Just dive bomb.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, that McLaren's going to hit the Aston. Nope. That was close. Okay, well, we're up to P20. So we made up a couple of positions. This McLaren seems to be a little bit slow if we can get past him. Crash!
There's a slow car ahead.
I think everyone's still facing the right direction.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on
Oh man, 3 wide through here is gonna end in tears. Yep. Oh no! Why? Oh. Oh! You actual...
There's a slow car ahead.
That was completely unnecessary by the BMW.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
He's gonna defend. Got to face the right direction, and the BMW just accelerated into the side of us. So close to surviving that, and then I think it was a white ass and tried to avoid it and ended up taking us. And then the BMW just rejoined into the side of us, which is very nice. Oh well. Not much damage on the car, and it's only on the side, so... Are we back? Honestly, Wi-Fi's, even with the bad weather, it's been fine streaming all last night. I literally streamed for 6 hours yesterday, no connection problems. I do an LFM race and it disconnects, and now I'll lose a bunch of rating. Honestly, just my luck. Just my luck. My chat is broken. Okay, it's back up. Honestly. The LFM livery sync. No, I don't. Honestly. Well, there goes a bunch of rating. We can rejoin the race, so at least we don't lose as much rating. It'll just count us as finishing last. Ah, good, because that would be quite some data. Yeah. Ah, man, that's so annoying. It's just so annoying that I literally, it was worse last night. The weather. Streamed for 6 hours or 5 hours, absolutely no problem. Obviously it was a bit laggy, but no problem for disconnecting. And then I do an LFM race and it disconnects after like 2 laps. So annoying. It's not so bad if LFM had a thing where like if you disconnected, it reduced how much rating you lost. Obviously it can, if they did it so that if you disconnect you wouldn't lose any rating, because then people would just deliberately disconnect. But I mean, if there was something so that if you disconnected it was a reduced rating loss, even that would be good, because like it's just really annoying when you lose so much rating when you disconnect. But it takes so long to get the rating up. It's like, it takes so long to get it up. If it stays connected for the rest of the race, I'll do the next one, but if it disconnects again this race, I'll just close up the stream, because there's no point risking losing all the rating that we've got up the rating jail. Yeah, LFM it's really easy to lose rating, but it's hard to get it up. It's really annoying.
Faster car coming up behind you. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car coming up behind you.
Sorry, stay out of the way here. Yeah, that's basically my story on the LFM. Every time I gain some rating, like the last time we streamed LFM, I got a ton of rating, and then I lose them. It's really annoying.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
Yeah, well, we'll finish the race, so at least it doesn't count us as a did not finish. It's annoying, we'll lose like a bunch of rating for finishing last. Thankfully it's not a full lobby, so hopefully it shouldn't be as severe as a full lobby, but it will be quite a lot of rating. Just get out of the way of these guys.
Faster car approaching. Watch out.
How many laps are we down? 3 laps down.
We are at the halfway mark. Still a long way to go.
Wonder how many others retired. I'm sure there's like 25 people when this server started. To be honest, I'm tempted not to do the next LFM race because the lag is so bad right now. It was fine yesterday, but the lag's too bad to even drive. Yeah, look at the 2 cars in front of us. Yeah, we'll finish this race and then I'll just close up the stream, I think, because I don't want to risk taking someone out and getting a penalty. I'd still lose the yellow if I get to P19, I think. Because I used to think that it was like based on your number. So if you're number 19, you've got the 19th highest license. So if you finish anywhere above P19, you gain a yellow. But I asked in the Discord because I finished one time, I finished like 10 positions higher than my license number, and I lost yellow. Thank you very much for the subscription. But yeah, I once finished 10 positions higher than my license and I lost yellow. I was like, how does that work? So I asked in the Discord and they said it's got nothing to do with the number you've got. You're basically in a 1v1 battle with everyone else, so everyone you beat, you take some of their yellow, and everyone that beats you takes some of your yellow. So they said basically if you finish inside the top half of the grid, you usually gain yellow, and you finish on the bottom half of the grid, you usually lose yellow. So if you finish higher than your license number, it doesn't usually do anything. it's really annoying. You basically just got to finish like in the top half of the grid and you'll gain yellow, which kind of makes the license number kind of pointless, because it's like if you got the 5th highest license, you could finish lower than that and still gain yellow. I don't really understand it, to be perfectly honest. I mean, just make it, just make it a bit more easy to understand where you need to finish to gain yellow, sort of thing. Just seems weird having the license number if it doesn't change how much yellow you gain. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird system. You mean something that told you like what position you need to finish in the race to gain yellow, you'd at least know what to aim for, whereas you basically just have to, I think basically just have to finish in the top half of the grid. Yeah, exactly, you got a high license number, you got a target on your back as well. Well, we seem to have a target on our back this race. I won't add the replay unfortunately because we disconnected, but that BMW just rejoining into the side of us and spinning us after already getting spun by someone else was just a bit annoying. But we disconnected anyway, so doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, if like before the race started there was something that told you what position you need to be in to gain yellow, that would make a lot of sense, because you'd at least know what to aim for. But just saying you're in a 1v1 battle with everyone for yellow, who you beat you take some yellow, and who you lose to you lose some yellow, it doesn't really give you any position to aim for, if that makes sense. But we'll definitely lose some yellow in this race because we're finishing last, unfortunately. And I'm gonna do a Wi-Fi test before I join the next race, because if I disconnect again I'm just gonna lose a bunch of yellow. It's pointless grinding LFM if you're just disconnecting all the time. At least it's giving us some time to practice the car. Yeah, it's fluctuating quite a bit. I'm having like a massive lag spike. But when you're trying to battle someone and you have a massive lag spike, it's not ideal. It's basically at 400 ping right now. Last night we streamed for like I'm sure it was 5 hours. And the internet, the broadband was slow, but it didn't disconnect. So I don't know why it's so much worse today. I feel like it's going to disconnect me in the next couple of laps though, because I'm at like 600 ping. I just want to finish the race so it doesn't count me as I did not finish. And then we can decide whether or not to do the next one. But like right now the ping is down at 48, 45. This is actually fine right now. But I don't understand why it's spiking to 400 ping. and then it's absolutely fine. It's like super unstable. Like right now this is absolutely fine, 40 ping, this is quite good. But last lap it was spiking to about 400. Ah. Well, a drive-through I don't think would make our race really much worse. We can't lose any more positions. Yeah, the ping is fine just now. It's at 40. But so when it spikes to like 400, that's when you are close to disconnecting. And it spikes by that much. A little bit too aggressive on the throttle there. Seems to have stabilised now. And we've at least found some pace with this thing. Oh, I've gone wide in the first corner 2 laps in a row. It's Maggots and Beckett's that I need to find a bit of a better line through with the Aston. I think that's the bit I'm losing the most time, is Maggots and Beckett's. Okay, we've got... Okay, we're coming on to the final lap. Perfect. Well, the broadband seems to stabilise itself, I think. Can at least save the tyre pressures at the end of the race. Oh, I messed that up. Tried to take a bit too much speed on the entry. Broadband seems stable now, it's staying around 40 ping. So, I think we'll sign up for the next one. I just don't know why was spiking so much for the first half of this race, and I say that and it just spikes to 200 and down to 40 again. I'm very confused why it's spiking, because yesterday it was, don't think it was spiking quite so badly, I'm not sure. It just seems very unstable. Just wondering whether or not to risk it in the next race, because if I qualify even higher and then finish really low, it could be even worse than an ELO loss. Let's see what the ELO loss is. What do you mean, is it the chat box? Oh, the tire pressures don't seem too bad. Yeah. If it's below 100 ping, it's fine. I've just seen someone that we know in a village basically 5 minutes from my house has been told to evacuate. The flooding's so bad. Just seen a picture of the road and it's... Is that a bridge? That's not the bridge. That's after the bridge. Like, the road looks like it's been lifted up out the ground. Is that the road? That must be the road. That's quite bad. Right, let me check. If the rating hasn't dropped with that disconnect too much, we'll go for the next one because it seemed to stabilize. But if it's knocked off like a well, apparently they are trying to get back from Montrose. Which is not good at all, because it is, like, the A90 and everything is closed. It is quite bad. Oh my days, I've lost 54 at yellow with that disconnect. Oh, 54 yellow. That's massive. Should I do the next one is the question. Let me do a quick speed test of my broadband, because it seems to be really unstable at the moment, and I don't want to lose a chunk of yellow that we've been trying to get up just because of disconnecting. Let me see. Right now I'm getting speed tests are saying 20 megabytes a second and 25 ping, which is absolutely fine. And the upload is fine as well. Okay, I think we'll do the next one. The broadband seems to be okay. What I'm just going to do is make sure that none of the cables have come loose, but it looks like it's just been a bit unstable. Yeah. Yeah. Right, I'm going to sign up for the next one. I'll be back in a second, guys. I'm just going to check that there's no loose cables with the broadband, but I think it's just a bit unstable at the moment. Yeah. I've been told the broadband is actually still quite bad at the moment. To be honest, guys, I think I'm just gonna leave it because the broadband seems to be really unstable, and well, I kind of want to just do it, but I don't. If I disconnect again, going to be an absolute pain. You know what? We'll do this one, but if it disconnects again, we'll just leave it for today. Hopefully it doesn't lose too much ELO. Yeah, we'll do this next LFM race. If it disconnects again, we'll just do some public lobbies or just leave it for today. What was the ELO gain? What's some of these guys? So basically in that race, everyone in the top 14 gained ELO. Everyone below the top 14 lost ELO. Hey, wait a second. Is that counted as me not finishing? Oh wait, no, my mistake. That's the 1:15 race. That's not the 2:15 race that we just did. But yeah, if we disconnect again, we'll just do some public lobbies or something. Okay, so in the last one, so the one we were in, the top 13 gained ELO, but everyone below the top 13 lost ELO. No, 15th didn't lose any ELO, but he didn't gain ELO. But again, this is what I don't understand about LFM, right? So let me just put some numbers here so you guys see why I think that the rating system doesn't make much sense on LFM. So we've got the 23rd highest license. We've got the 19th highest license. We finished 23rd. So we finished 4 positions lower than our license number. We lost 54 ELO. The driver in front of me had the 15th highest license, so 4 licenses higher than mine, finished in P22. So I finished 4 positions lower than my license number. He finished 7 positions lower than his license number, and he lost 51 ELO. So he finished more positions lower than his license number, but he lost less ELO. And then we've got the driver with the 8th license number, finished P19. He lost 47 ELO. But then we've got the driver. Is there another example? Here's another good example. We've got the driver who finished P15, 20th license, finished 5 positions higher than his license, and didn't gain any ELO. But he didn't lose any ELO. He just got 0. It stayed the same. We've got a driver in P13 with the 12th highest license who gained ELO. Is there any other examples where the license doesn't seem to make much sense? We've got a driver who finished P9 with the 5th highest license. So he... Oh wait, no, there's a better example, sorry. We've got the driver that finished 7th with the 4th highest license, and he gained ELO. So he finished lower than his license number, but he gained ELO. This is what confuses me so much with the LFM when you look at the license numbers. But basically, when I went into the Discord and asked, like, how does this work, it's really, really confusing. They basically said to ignore the license numbers and think of it as the fact that for every car you beat, you take some of their ELO, and for every car that you lose to, they take some of your ELO. So by finishing in the top half of the field, in theory you gain ELO, and if you finish in the if you finish in the bottom half of the field, you lose ELO, and you finish in the top half, you gain ELO. Which, judging by this, is fairly accurate, because 13th and upwards gained ELO, but a 14th to 24th lost ELO. So when you ignore the license numbers and look at it that way, it makes sense. But yeah, 200 IQ move. Don't have ELO, so you can't lose any. Yes. I just think instead of having ELO where if you beat someone, you take their ELO, and if they beat you, they take your ELO, which means that you always have to finish in the top half of the field to gain ELO. So like if you finish in the bottom half of the field and you finish higher than your license number, you usually don't get any ELO. I think it would just make so much more sense is if you had a rating and you gained a rating based on where you finished in the race compared to others. So like if you beat if you have the 20th highest license, you finish 15th, you gain ELO. But yeah, I see why they do it that way. There seems like there could be a way to make it a lot easier to understand where you would need to finish to gain ELO. But split 1 again, 74,696. So let's hope the broadband stays stable for the race, and if not, we'll just do some open lobby, so it doesn't matter if we disconnect. But we'll see. So let's load up the quali setup. 2, 2, 2, 2. Oh wait, no, it's 36 degrees. 3 clicks more. Okay, right. Yeah, if you can just join LFM races where you know you'll definitely finish in the top 10, then that's alright. I think if you're really trying to get yellow up, if you join races, oh man, honestly, I've literally just joined and my ping has now spiked to 400. Oh, it's too late now. Honestly, let me just turn my phone off and everything just to push that. But yeah, if you join LFM races at like an awkward time of day, sometimes you can gain ELO there by finishing higher, because like if you join really late at night, you can usually gain a lot of rating just by joining super late at night, because like no one races. But I think as well that if you are racing against people with lower ELO, you don't gain as much if you beat them. So sometimes actually doing it when there's not a lot of people racing, it's fine for making sure you finish in a high position, but you might not actually gain that much. Looks like the initial lag spike from the game downloading their livery JSONs. Correct. That's a good point actually. I didn't think of that, that's a very good point. Everyone using custom liveries. That's a very good point actually, because it does seem to stabilize after the first lap or so. Or will it? Oh well. if I disconnect again, we'll just leave it for today, and we'll maybe do some open lobbies. But because I stayed connected to the servers last night for so long, I thought, oh, should be fine today. But then at the same time, the server, I was going to say the hotstint servers didn't have many people in it, but we did do the evaluation race, and that had more people than this in it, and we stayed connected to that, and I'm sure that had about 30 people in it. So yeah, let's just see. I mean, like right now it's down to 40, so if it can stay stable for the entire session, then that should be fine. Like right now this is absolutely fine, 40, 60 thing, but when it spikes to like 400, then it's like impossible to drive alongside somebody. Right, let's try to get a good quality lap. Okay, tires are a bit too cold to try that. Car feels really nice though. Just need to get a good lap together, but it feels really nice to drive. Just have to watch on the first lap. Tires are a bit cold, but yeah. Yeah, someone is hoovering outside my door. It's annoying, this mic is fantastic, but it's so fantastic that you can hear everything. Like, everything. I was recording something the other day, and I realised that in the mic, no, it wasn't recording something. I was on a voice chat with Luciano, practicing for a race, and we were both sat in the pit lane. So you didn't have the noise of the car, it was just our mics. And my stomach rumbled because I was hungry, and he could hear that through the Discord chat. That's how sensitive my microphone is. It could actually hear my stomach rumble. So yeah, it literally picks up everything. I'm sure Johnny told me there was a way you could do it so you could like set up a filter so it just picked up your voice. With those mics, so I need to look into doing that. Yeah, I just need some like audio cancelling software. Because basically all I want it to pick up is my voice and sometimes the nice click of the shifters. But you don't really want it to be picking anything else up except that. Way too early on the brakes there. Oh! That is the first time I've done that. Just snap of oversteer. I think that was the curb on the entry, just sent it flying. But yeah, I'll probably see if I can get some sort of cancelling software like you say. I need to find out from Johnny what he uses. Excuse me, what he uses. Right. Well, there's a lot of lap time to find there. I think we should hopefully get 2 flying laps. We should get an out lap and then 2 flying laps after this, so we can try and get a good lap together. We did a faster lap in the race. We did like 58.1 in the race, which would put us P12 right now. And that was with heavy fuel, so there's a lot of lap time. Just get out of the way of this Bentley. But yeah, we'll get one out lap, and then we should get 2 flying laps after this. Try just tee up these tires a bit so we can push on the first lap, because they are super cold. Which is surprising because the track temp is like 33 degrees. $35 degrees actually. Yeah, we'll definitely get 2 flying laps, which is good. Tire pressures are definitely too high. I think we'll need to put them down by another couple of clicks. Right, we've got 1 final lap to put a good lap together. Okay, a little bit of time gained in the first sector. Okay, good exit. Okay, 3.5 tenths. I lost a little bit there. I think maybe 1/2 tenth lost. That was a really slow exit out the left-hander. Oh, why was I so early on the brakes? I need to find a good braking marker for the Aston there. Oh well. At least it's a good, decent starting position. But yeah, I just did not have the right braking marker at all going into that left-hander. Braked at the wrong marker. Oh well. At least start P19, so if there's any first lap craziness like there was there. Oh, the tyre pressures reset. I needed the tyre pressures. I think it was like down 3 clicks on this side and then maybe 2 on this one. Just to give us, let's just use the track temp. So let's just go Q35, and then I'm going to load up the race setup for this fresh set of tires, and that was 30 degrees, so it's up 5 degrees. I'm going to go down 5 clicks and then 4 clicks. 50 litres fresh set of tires. And let's change this to LFM R track temp 35. Try to bring more speed into the corner, less aggressive. Stop the car, you stop the car too much. Okay, so try take more speed through the corners and just trail the brakes a bit better. Perfect, thanks. I'll have try put that into practice this race. So trail the brakes a bit more, not overstop the car. Need to rotate on braking. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to put that into practice because, like I say, I'm trying to learn the Aston. Try find some pace in it. So any tips is definitely appreciated. Why have I got 3 Discord notifications? There we go. Hymo, yeah, just Hymo setup. I've not made any of my own Aston Martin setups. We're just trying to practice with the Aston, but once I get a feel for it, I'll maybe make some setups for it. I was on Hymo too. Oh, nice. The setup feels really good. I just wait. What's the McLaren doing? Oh, you know what? I bet he has forgotten to put his race fuel on. I bet he's just realised he's on quali fuel. He needs to be careful doing that because he's going to get probably just penalty for position on start. Oh no, he's fallen back. Should be okay. Okay, that was a really laggy start, which is not ideal.
Car on the left.
Beautiful, massive lag spike at the start of the race.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Okay, 3 positions on the exit of Maggots and Beckett's.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Lots of understeer there.
Car on the left.
Man, this lag is awful.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
Beautiful start, bunch of positions. Rammed.
Clear on the left.
Nice one. Whoa, that was hard on the brakes.
Car on the left. Clear on the right. Car on the left.
Come on! This is 2 races in a row on the same corner. Honestly, this is just... cannot be bothered doing LFM. The amount of... 18 seconds of damage. The amount of rating I lose just because people can't drive is ridiculous. Rear-ended twice in 2 laps. Honestly, this is just... I mean, there's a crash in front of me. I'm gonna have to go to the right. Why just rear-end me like that, honestly? Like, instead of braking for the accident, he just drove into the back of me. It's like on the exit of a corner. It's just... yeah. It's very difficult to get your safety rating up when no one else seems to care about their safety rating. Now we've got 18 seconds of damage, is going to make this extremely difficult. Well, last week's LFM we gained a bunch of rating, but we'll probably lose it within these 2 races, unfortunately. Please excuse my sibling shouting in the background. Man, this thing is awful to drive with this much damage. We're going to be lucky to close those gaps. Just can't believe the amount of times we've been rear-ended this race. These people don't know how to drive. See if we can close this gap to at least that queue of cars, but even if we do, we'll probably still lose a bit of yellow. Yeah, just massive understeer. I would much rather drive in a league, but I quite like it LFM when you're actually racing with people that are good. Because I mean, last week we did some racing, it was absolutely fantastic. So some great battles, and then if you had a bad qualifying, you qualify in the bottom half of the field. No one knows how to drive. I would say if you're in the top 10, you get some good racing. Anything outside that, you just get killed. Just got so much understeer on the high speed corners. I mean, Silverstone is basically all high speed corners. Having understeer is really, really bad. I don't even bother reporting people because LFM's reporting system is so bad. Don't even bother. It doesn't change anything for your race result, unfortunately. Hopefully we gain some positions from crashes and things, so we don't lose as much LFM rating, but we'll see. Just have to brake a lot more than I'd like to through Maggots and Beckets, just because of the understeer. It's not super bad, but it does feel pretty horrible to drive. Well, a more ELO rating in the bin. Oh, I just got no rotation in that corner at all. And this is just awful. It wouldn't be so bad if I had no damage and it just got spun, but with this damage I just can't find enough pace. Yeah, definitely some drive-throughs will be incoming, but we'll definitely won't finish in the top half of the field, which is what we need for any sort of VLO gain. Absolute pain, honestly. It's annoying because it's like LFM can be so good, but it can be so bad at the same time. Like you get one race where it's fantastic racing, and then the next one just no one knows how to drive. You'd never really know what kind of racing you're gonna get. But But yeah, unless there's some big accidents, we won't gain any positions on pace. The car's just destroyed. Yeah, this is going to be another big chunk of yellow gone. Probably another 40 or 50. At least the connection is holding up. But I think I might just leave LFM for today, because the lag at the start makes it very hard to drive. Seems so stable in the middle of the race, but at the start just the lag is undrivable. Yeah, another lag spike. Ah, oh, so annoying. "12 minutes, not long left." My best lap of the race is about 1.3, 1.4 seconds slower than the last race. That's how bad the damage is at the moment. Basically a second and a half lap I'm losing, which is not ideal. Yeah, we'll lose a massive chunk of VL. Very, very frustrating. Do have to excuse the screaming in the background. My siblings are not the quietest. Right, 10.5 minutes of pain left. So much understeer, it's ridiculous. Can't get the thing rotated on throttle. It's fine for the corners where you got to brake, you can just trail brake a bit more, but for any of the corners where you don't want to brake, you have to brake or lift off massively. It's very frustrating. Too late on the brakes there. Just losing to the car in front now because I'm struggling to find the right line to get it consistent. Oh, that's such a massive lift, and I'm still understeering. Lifted basically the entire corner there, still getting understeer. Yeah, we lost a lot that lap. Just really struggling to get any consistency with this much damage. So on a track like Zolder it wouldn't be so bad, but on Silverstone the damage, if you get aero damage, it affects the car a lot, because obviously you need your aero for basically every single corner at Silverstone. Too late on the brakes.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Fair play to the Ferrari. I'm just gonna go miles wide here if I don't tap the brakes there. I'm trying lifting, but yeah, I think it's better just to brake. That might be my first track cut. Nope. I think it's gonna save us. I have a little bit of speed on the straight line with that minus 30 kilograms. That's about it.
Car on the right. Warning, exceeding 30 minutes. Clear on the right.
Again, driving into the back of me. Just gives us both a penalty point for no reason.
Yellow flag acceptable.
Oh, another crash. Someone's off at turn 1. Maybe spun by themselves. Okay, 4 minutes to go. Oh, messed up the braking there, too late on the brakes. Come on! I'm just... And he's just going to take position. I'm just getting fed up, honestly, with LFM. I mean, he was like miles back before the braking zone, and then just sends it up the inside. It's unbelievable, honestly. He's going to give the position back, but just sending it from way back there, it's just so silly. It accomplishes nothing except giving us both safety rating loss. It's just, yeah, it just annoys me. It wasn't like I was particularly early on the brakes or anything. Fair play for giving the position back, at least. Oh, it's so bad, the understeer now. As the tyres are starting to die off as well, it makes it worse. Because you can't... The more understeer you've got, the more you're kind of using your tyres, so the quicker and quicker they kind of die off. Okay, that was weird. See, I went for the overtake and then backed out, which is weird. Right, I think we're coming on to the final lap of pain. It's going to be a big chunk of VLO loss. Hopefully we can do another race after this and it actually be decent.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Surprised at the lack of drive-thrus, I have to say. I expected a lot more drive-thrus. There's usually a lot of drive-thrus in a race like this, but there's hardly been any. Final lap now. That is going to pick up a track warning with that. Oh, crash in front. Maybe a free position, or are they going to rejoin before I get there? No, they're just going to rejoin. Good save. I thought he was just going to rejoin onto the racing line there. It looked like there was two people involved with that. One maybe was able to get back on track quicker. Obviously someone trying to make a move on the final lap. Didn't quite work out. Either that or they've just spun by themselves, but it's a weird place to spin out by yourself on the final lap. You see people spin out on turn 1 by themselves a lot because of that curb. It's almost like a glitch that sometimes if you hit it, it just bounces the car more than it does on any other lap. So you see people spin there a lot, but Maggots and Beckett's, it's usually collisions. Need to have a look at the replay of that one. Quite like to see my overtake on the Ferrari. but I think that's going to be a big yellow loss again. Need to look at the replay of what happened, but it looked like just someone didn't slow down for the accident. There was an accident up in front. I slowed down to take avoiding action and he just drove straight into the back of me. So need to see the replay before we can really point finger at who was at fault, but it looked like, from my point of view, that someone just they saw the accident, tried to take advantage of it by not slowing down for it, and just ended up killing us basically. That was really nice. I quite like that move actually. This one here around the outside of the McLaren. That Aston died, I tapped the brakes, the McLaren got along the inside and we took it back around the outside. That was quite a nice move, I like that one. Okay, so this was the first one. Car behind. So I think I was lagging at this point. I had a wee bit of a lag spike, but I don't know if the Mercedes hit me because I was lagging or if he just completely outbraked himself, because if we slow it down we'll be able to see. Okay, so there is quite a bit of lag, but if we look at his braking point we can see if he just braked way too late or if it was lag related. Okay, so he just doesn't brake. He doesn't brake, basically. So it wasn't that either. It could have been lag. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say it could be lag, but from that angle, he doesn't brake until he hits me. So, you know, given the benefit of the doubt, it could be lag, but in all honesty, from that angle, it looks pretty deliberate. He literally uses our car to brake in that one. Where was the other one? So that was the okay, and then again, this is just carelessness, I think, from this one. So as you see, first of all, the incident was caused by someone being careless. Here on the exit, this Ferrari just drove into the back of another Ferrari, and then this Aston, it was like he just didn't slow down. I mean, it's fairly obvious I'm going to have to brake. I don't know, maybe that's a racing incident because he can predict that I was going to brake, but to me it seemed fairly obvious that I was either going to have to dart to the right or tap my brakes and dart to the right to avoid that. I don't know, that looks like either a racing incident or he could have avoided that, I don't know. Alias. Oh, you make a good point actually. From his POV, maybe he can't see the accident. Let's look at his POV. That is a good point actually. It's quite possible he didn't see the accident. Okay, so yeah. From his point of view, he can't see it and I tap the brakes, which he can't predict on the exit of a corner. He doesn't tap his brakes to avoid me tapping the brakes, just drives into the back of me, but from that angle you're right, he can't see that there's a reason I've slowed down there. So yeah, that is a good point. Let's have a look at the overtake on the Ferrari, because we got a nice overtake on him. Going into, was it this lap? that got a really nice overtake on him. Oh yeah, it was. I quite like this move. Technically illegal. Technically illegal because of this part here when I got alongside. He got offline and so did I. So technically... Oh no, I get alongside and I'm still in track limits, so it's technically legal. I just went out of track limits for the bit before that. Wonder if there's a better angle of this, because I quite like this overtake, to be honest. But yeah, he then took us out here. This is why I was... he gave the position back, so fair play for giving the position back. But I was a little bit annoyed at this one because he was just so far back. If you're going to see here, I lock up for that left-hander, and then coming into the chicane, it was just no way. I mean, I maybe brake a touch early, but there's no way he's going to get alongside by the apex to make that move stick. But yeah, let's sign up for the next one. Hopefully we actually don't get murdered 3 times and we can get a decent race. Let's see, I've got 2 messages. Well, fair play, the guy messaged and apologised for spinning us out on the exit of that one. So fair play to him. He just said he didn't expect us to break, which is, like you said, real time. He couldn't see that we were going to break from his point of view. We lost 36 ELO, which brings a grand total of about 36 plus 54, which is 90 ELO loss. So hopefully the next one we don't get killed again, because otherwise I am just going to quit LFM for today, and we will do it another day. If I lose another 30-40 ELO in one race, I'm just going to leave it for another day, honestly. It's just yeah. Oh well. We've got 5 minutes and we can join the next one, guys. Just gonna check something quickly. Just want to see if the pictures for BIKC are up, because if they are, I can do the upload that video today. Just waiting on the pictures. Let's see. Oh no, fortunately not up yet. Once they're up, we'll be able to put up that karting video from BIKC. Right, I'm just going to nip to the bathroom before the next one. But we've got about 3 minutes, guys. We've got 3 minutes, and then we can join the server. It says the server's up, but it's not. The website's saying server live, but the little box on the website telling you what you're signed up for says it's live in a minute, which is weird. Some sort of glitch there. We've got a BS competition driver in this next one. Seven 4 697 split one. Okay. Let's get a good quality, and hopefully no one takes us out in the race. This extreme lag spike when you join the server is quite awful, but after the initial lag spike it seems to be okay. Let's just try to get a good quality lap together. Oh, this feels so nice now. Now that we don't have 18 seconds of damage. It's just got such nice rotation.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Already getting dive bombed in qualifying. Don't give me flashbacks to the race. Definitely just seems to be that, like, first lap or two that I'm just having a massive lag spike. Which is not ideal because that's when you want to see exactly what's happening. Everyone's starting to bunch up way too early.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Slow car ahead.
Whoa. Thought that McLaren was going to hit the back of me there. Okay, come on. Let's get a good quality. Try to start in that top half of the grid so we don't get murdered at the start. Okay, tires were a bit too cold there for trying that line. Yeah, it's fine, it's just the first warm-up lap, so doesn't matter if it's valid or not. It's usually the slowest lap is the first one. Especially when your tires have to be a bit lower pressure, because at Silverstone obviously it's so much, what's the word? Not stress, but like load. There's a lot more load on your tires in the fast corners, so you usually have to start with a lower pressure. But it does mean that it does take a little bit longer, I would say, to heat up your tires than at some other tracks where you don't have to start with such a low tire pressure. Because like at Nürburgring, for example, I would say that like your first valid lap isn't as slow as like your first valid lap at Silverstone or Barcelona, just because of the starting tire pressure you can use. Just in my personal experience anyway. That might not be the same for everyone, but that's just what I find. Okay, going to be a very slow first lap with our slight detour in sector 1. Someone spun on turn 1 by themselves, it looks like. Either that or they had the wrong tire pressures. Okay, a little bit slow through Maggots and Beckets. Tire pressures are definitely too high, so we'll have to lower them for the next stint. But at least it's a valid lap so far, just a little bit slow in that first sector.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Well done, mate. Fastest lap. Yellow flag, watch out.
6 tenths off pole. That wasn't great. I think I'm just going to get some fresh tyres. Okay. 6 tenths off pole. It's not too bad. A lot of lap time still in that lap though. So you should get 2 flying laps, which is good. We'll get this out lap and then 2 flying laps. It's probably better doing that than doing the final lap of the first stint. Like, do 2 stints of 2 flying laps. Because if you do the final lap of the first stint, then this second stint you only get 1 flying lap, but your tyres aren't going to be up to temperature for it, so it's going to be very hard to improve. Whereas if you actually get 2 flying laps in your first stint and then 2 flying laps on this stint, it's probably a better way to do it. So I need to keep that in mind for quali. Try and make sure I get 2 stints of 2 laps. Unless I improve massively on that final lap, I'm quite up on the delta then. If I'm not quite up on the delta, it's better just to return to garage for fresh tyres. Especially like that, when your tyres are on the wrong pressure, you can just return to bits and get some better pressures. It's a bit offline. Just gonna let these 2 guys through. Don't want to give them a slipstream. The car behind is weaving, so I'm gonna just assume that he's not on a flying lap. Okay, we'll get 2 flying laps. First one is probably not going to be an improvement on lap time with the tyres being so low temperature, but hopefully we can push on the second lap. Oh no. Yeah. Too late on the brakes there. Okay, we'll get one final flying lap. We can find like 2 or 3 tenths, that would probably be good enough to start in the top 10. 2 to 3 tenths. I think we definitely got that in the lap. It's just a case of getting a tidy lap. Oh, there's a lot of time in that little section of corners there. So yeah, a lot of potential in the lap. So let's just fuel send for this final one. See what kind of lap time we can get. Create a bit of a gap to the Bentley.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag.
Messed that one up. Oh, it's gone. Oh well. There was more lap time in the lap, but at least we're in the top half of the field. And it looks like only P14 is still a complete lap who might bump us down a position, but there's more in the lap. So that's the main thing. Hopefully, starting a bit higher up, hopefully we can actually get a clean race this time. What I would like to try, although it's not really great to do the tyre pressures because it was just after we spun which heat them up. So I'm just going to go for Q30. And then get the race set up. 20 set up R35, R2330. Ambient temperature is a lot higher, but the track temp hasn't changed. So I'm going to go down 2 clicks. I should probably, you know what, for all the other setups I will actually add the ambient temperature because the ambient temperature has changed on this but not the track temp. So I'm going to go down 3 clicks on all tyres and then fresh set of tyres, 50 litres, fresh set of tyres. And let's save this and we can adjust it after the race. 29:30, and what I'll do is after all the races is I'll just try and save it with the correct pressures. Got a minute and 30 to go. Should upload to the LFM setup channel. What do you mean the LFM setup channel? The one on Future Element?
30 seconds.
Oh, I see. Yeah, in the Discord. Yeah. I'll do that. This isn't a setup I've made, this is just a HIMO setup. But it's just the tire pressures that I'm going to try and save. But yeah, once we've finished, I'll upload them. Oh no. That initial lag spike is awful, 500 ping. Please drop before the first corner. I cannot go into the first corner with that much lag. It's an awful lag spike. And then it goes down to like 40. Sorry, that was netcode. Man, why is it lag spiking so much at the start of the race? And then it drops to like 40. Big crash. Should have went to the right there. Come on, these dive bombs are ridiculous. I mean, there was no, if I didn't go to the left there, he would have just taken me out. This is just, it's just a ridiculous dive bomb from that far back. Just driving to the side of me then. Oh, I can't drive. I cannot drive in this lag. This is just undrivable. I don't understand. Do not understand. It's sitting at 5, but for the first 2 laps I'm getting... Sitting at 50 ping, but for the first 2 laps I'm getting 300. It's just undrivable. I have no idea where the other cars are on track. And then it drops down to 40 ping after the first 2 laps. It doesn't make sense. Why is it so laggy for 2 laps and then it's fine? I just don't understand why it's lagging so much for the start. Right. Well, let's see if we can make up some positions. Yeah, the ping's absolutely fine now. I don't understand why it's spiking so much for the first 2 laps and then it's fine. But it's not even like, oh, it's spiking from 40 to 100. It's like spiking from 40 to 400. And then dropping back to 40. Long as I don't lose a bunch of ELO again, I don't mind. But that was pretty much impossible to drive at the start. Just had to let a bunch of people through because I didn't want to take them out. So basically, if I can avoid the first 2 laps of the race, it's fine. But it's easier said than done avoiding the first 2 laps. So I probably won't do the next LFM race because it's just I can't drive when the first 2 laps I've got 300 ping. It's not fair on someone else, me taking them out because I've got bad internet. Better just to leave it for today, after this race. I think there's going to be a crash in front because that blue Aston Martin is the one that did that ridiculous dive bomb near the start. And he's at the front of that train. Oh, Ferrari in the gravel. Let's try and see what we can do. Let's just try and get past these guys without being killed again. Big mistake by the Ferrari going sideways there. The McLaren, the Aston is a rocket ship on the straights when it's got minus 40 kilogram BOP. Okay, just push me off the track. At least no contact. I'll have to go for the inside on in the next lap. Whoa! Whoa, that was close. Did not expect him to brake there. Every corner this Ferrari puts me offline. This Porsche is having a look for an overtake, so we've got to be careful we don't lose position to the Porsche. There we go. he pushed us wide the lap before, so kinda just did the same thing. Almost, he left a tiny bit just on the right hand side, and I just went on the grass to get alongside, because I knew he would just push us wide again if I did it on the outside into the corner at the end of that straight. I forget what it's called now. But I knew he would just push us wide like he did on the previous lap, so just tried to get along on that inside. Right, let's try to catch the cars up in front. Got a little bit of clean air and they're battling. Just need to try not over slow the car, like Lorenzo said. Try and carry some more speed with it and trail brake a bit more. There's a slow sector one. Just got a little bit offline. Maggots and Beckett's, if you get offline on the entry, it's just like the entire sector is gone. Quite a big battle up in front, so might still close that gap. Lost a lot of time there. Just got super far offline. Got a little bit of understeer and then just messed up that entire section. Need to get to those low 58s race pace. Okay, multi-car crash. 2 free positions. And first drive through. Looks to be behind us though. Still quite a train of cars up in front, which we could benefit from. Too early on the brakes there. Three car battle up in front. Could get very interesting.
Gaining on the driver ahead is up to 3.
Okay, they're starting to break up a little bit. Still fairly close. We're starting to find some lap time now, which is good. I just need to remember to apologise to that McLaren at the end of the race for lap 1 with my massive netcode. But this is what I'm not quite understanding, is how it's 4 to 500 ping for the first 2 laps, and then it's at 50 ping for the rest of the race. I don't think we'll do the next one just because those first 2 laps I honestly thought I was going to die. Like, I just had no idea what the other cars were doing. And it was impossible to judge how close I was because of the lag, so I don't think we'll do the next one. I think we'll leave it for today just because just with the weather around me, the broadband is so slow that, like I said just now, it's fine. I'm sat at 40 ping, this is good, but for the first lap, 2 laps where it jumps up to 200, it's just undrivable really. And it's fine if I was driving by myself, but I don't want to be taking anyone else out and them losing rating because I've got a bad connection. It's not fair on them at all, so I think we won't do the next one, we'll just finish this one. Thank you very much for the follow. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Hey, what's up? All good, thank you. Yourself? Ah, I'm going to assume this is a bot in the chat. We've had a few of them recently. If there's any links put in the chat, guys, don't press on them. We've had a couple scam chat bots recently, so just be careful with any suspicious links that pop up. A little bit offline. Oh man, I tried to lower tap of the brakes and made it worse. Okay, slow lap there. Made a big mistake on that one. A little bit of wheel spin on the curb there. Not sure if it's my tire pressures or what, but I'm struggling with the brakes. The tires are about not 1 psi, maybe 0.7 of a psi too hot on the left side. So that could be causing my struggles with the tires, I'm not sure. I seem to be struggling a little bit with the tires, more than I was previously. It's sliding a little bit more than I would like.
Falling behind the car in front in sector 2. The car is exiting the pits, watch out.
Some battles up in front, so there might be some incidents to come on the final lap. It's usually the final lap when you see trains of cars like this that there's an accident or two, because everyone's just a bit more aggressive on the final lap to either defend their position or gain a position. So you have people being way too defensive, and then you have people being way too aggressive on the final lap, and you usually end up seeing a lot of pushing or collisions. yeah, I'm struggling with the tyres a wee bit. Could just be they're overpressured, I don't know, but just seem to be sliding more than I would have liked. Looks like everyone is behaving themselves for the final lap. No last minute dives. Okay. Let me get these tire pressures. Yeah, guys, as I suspected, that does seem to be a scammer in the chat there. Account created 1 day ago and is offering custom graphics. I had one the other day that I thought was someone genuinely offering graphics, and then I was like, no, this is a scam. What was it I wanted to check? Oh, the name of who I hit on that one, because of that netcode. I need the bonnet cam. Okay, just so in case they check the stream, they can see quite clearly netcode as you saw there. Just you could see just the way that his car bounced away from mine. It looked like I hit him at like 50-mile-an-hour difference. But you see I'm on the brake and then it's like his car accelerates away from me. So yeah, I think that is number 10. So let me just drop him a message on LFM just to apologise for that. You racing the next one? No, we're going to leave it for today because my ping is at 50 for the entire race, but for the first 2 laps it's at 400 and I have no idea where any of the other cars are on track. So we're just going to leave it for today because I'm just going to end up taking out someone because it's just well, we already took out that McLaren there because of netcode. It's just it's not fair on others for them to lose rating. It's weird because the broadband speed is fine. It's like 28 megabits a second. My ping is like 50 for the full race. But the first 2 laps, it's just super high ping, and it's not fair on the others. So we'll just leave it for today. I think it's just because the weather is so bad where I am right now that it's just really, really unstable. So it's fine, and then it's like really unstable, or it's because of, I think it was Riddle Time said it might be because of everyone's custom liveries. It lags at the start, but I cannot drive when it's 400 ping because when you're that close to go, I'm just going to end up taking someone out. Oh well, we lost 90 ELO from our disconnect and then getting taken out, and we gained 18 ELO from that one, so we're down about 72 ELO, which is not ideal. Oh well. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave it for today, guys, because I'm just the ping is absolutely fine for the rest of the race. It's sat at like 50 ping, but 400 ping for the first 2 laps is just undrivable, and I don't want to take out someone and get not only wreck their race and their rating but also get a penalty. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. So sorry guys for that, but I don't want to risk doing another race with this ping. Like I say, the weather, the ping is quite bad at the moment, so if it doesn't sort itself, I won't stream tomorrow or Sunday. So what I'll do is I'll put a YouTube community post, I think it's called, if the broadband goes back to normal speed, and we can do some more LFM. But until then, I don't really want to risk taking everyone out on that one, because I have no idea what's happening. It's just the cars are just bouncing everywhere, so I have no idea where anyone else is on track. So yeah, I think we'll leave it for just now, and like I say, hopefully over the next couple of days it gets a bit better. But as always guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed.